So in the co-main event for UFC Fight Night Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker, we had Jim Miller versus Gabriel Benitez. And, it was a very good performance here from the veteran Jim Miller. Like, it was a very good performance here. Gabriel Benitez, he's very tough. Like, let me just put that out there. Gabriel Benitez is very tough. He's a very tough fighter, but A-Tan, baby. A-Tan, baby. Like, Jim Miller, just fucking so good. Such a good fighter. Even at 40 years of age, he's still doing the damn thing. Goes in there, gets a win. 27th or 26th win in the UFC. Like, that is crazy. Like, most MMA fighters don't even make the UFC, let alone have 26 wins in the best organization. But yeah, honestly, this fight was very interesting. We've seen a lot of interesting things here from Jim Miller. We've seen a lot of low kicks. I didn't expect him to go so heavy with the low kicks in this fight. Like, honestly, that did throw me off guard a little bit. I was expecting it to be Benitez who was going to go hard with the low kicks. I was expecting Miller to be more boxing heavy, maybe use a lot of wrestling. And I know Miller has been shown to use leg kicks before, low kicks before, obviously in his fight against Dustin Poirier, but I didn't think he would use it so heavy here, given how good of a leg kicker Gabriel Benitez is. But it worked very well for him. He mixed in a lot of good body shots as well, which I did like to see from him. Like, generally, it was a very good performance. Like, a lot of body work, a lot of good low kicks. Like, generally, just very smart performance. Like a true veteran performance. This was two veterans. Not many people know Gabriel Benitez, but he has been in the UFC a very, very long time. Like, he is a veteran in his own right. But yeah, honestly, one thing I did notice though, I feel like Jim Miller probably could have won this fight earlier because he was beating up on him. He's beating up on Mowgli, as his nickname is. It's Mowgli for some reason. I'm not quite sure the reason behind that nickname, but his nickname is Mowgli. But Mowgli was getting beat up pretty badly. Miller's beating up his legs. He's landing a good few shots to the body, boxing him up. And then I notice he shoots one takedown. He gets him down instantly. Like, Benavidez's takedown defense isn't that good. I feel like Jim Miller really could have just grappled to victory a lot earlier in this fight, because we did see him take him down quite a lot. Got taken down, beat up in the second round in his guard. Jim Miller's stacking the guard quite a bit, landing a lot of elbows on him. Just a really good veteran performance, and then this third round gets him down with ease, and then gets like a neck crank, I think it was. I think it was on the jaw. It didn't look like it was underneath, but I could have been wrong. The angle looked like it was sort of like on the jaw. It was jaw pressure, not like a rear naked choke, but I could be wrong there. But just a good performance all round by Jim Miller. He called for UFC 300. I mean, come on, man. Let's get him on UFC 300. The fight that makes the most sense. There's a man who's coming out of retirement. He seemed a bit interested in the fight. Let's do Jim Miller versus Paul Felder. It makes all the sense. We don't want to really put Paul Felder in there against like a young up-and-coming fighter, but we can put him in there with a youngster. Not a youngster, not putting him in there with a youngster, but putting him in there with a guy his own age. Well, a bit older actually, in Jim Miller. They were booked to fight about 9 years ago or something like that. Like, at one point in time, Jim Miller versus Paul Felder was meant to happen. So let's have it happen. Let's get that fight done. Makes a lot of sense to me. Would be a fun fight. Jim Miller also said maybe a Matt Brown fight. He would like to go up to welterweight. I reckon do the Paul Felder fight, UFC 300, then you do the Matt Brown fight, and maybe Jim Miller can go have a run at welterweight next. But I like it. I really do like the fight. I want to see Paul Felder versus Jim Miller. UFC 300. It would just be a fun fight. It's a fight that would get Paul Felder out of retirement. It's a fresh matchup as well. Because why bring Paul Felder back if it's going to be like a rematch or something like that? So I like it. I think it makes the most sense. So let's do it. Jim Miller versus Paul Felder. UFC 300. Banger fight. Fun fight. Back and forth leg kick battle. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a like. Let me know your thoughts on Jim Miller's performance, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, put on notifications. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Sorry I'm like rushing through these videos, but I'm fucking exhausted, I'm not gonna lie, but that's alright. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.